I decided to talk about this because once again, I'm really upset and livid about what happened to Tank Davis and how, like I said before, people rushed to judgment and people condemned this man and had a whole bunch of stuff to say before the facts even came out. And it's funny how you got all these women celebrating what happened with Tory Lanez. And by the way, I heard that recording with him and Kelsey. And once again, he never admitted to shooting Megan Thee Stallion on that recording from jail. He said he was drunk, he blacked out, he's sorry. He never said, I'm sorry that I shot Megan Thee Stallion. But, people will take something and run with it and twist people's words. If this was so damning, how come they didn't use that in court? Now, once again, people don't keep the same energy. Here you have a woman, and this is what bothers me sometimes about black women, and I love black women to death. I came out of a black woman, love black women. But sometimes I have to call y'all out the same way I call brothers out. I have to call black women out. And what bothers me here is Tank Davis, a black man who was accused of doing something unthinkable, basically attacking a woman and attacking this woman while she was with their child. But one of the things that pisses me off that black women, this famous game that black women love to play sometimes with black men. Oh, I don't care because Tank isn't with a black woman. Now, technically, that woman is Colombian. But if you look at her, she has some kind of melanin in her. She has dark skin because, I've seen her in person. Now, does that mean she's black? No. But, you know how they love to play that black Hispanic game. She got some kind of melanin in it. And if you look at the baby looks full blown black. But that's a conversation for another day. It really is. And I'm going to get to that. It's funny how black women always be worried about who black man is sleeping with. And they'll use that as an excuse to condemn them and turn their back on them. But then these are the same black women that say we don't protect them and we don't have their back. Any black woman that listens to my channel know I've called out black men on a regular basis. But this particular video, this y'all turn. And this woman should be called out. I want y'all to understand the severity of what could have happened to Tank. Once again, Tank could have got deleted. So I will say this much. People that sit up there and make these videos to say that black people, don't care for law enforcement, the boys in blue. We don't care for the law enforcement that's not doing their job efficiently and correctly. That's using their badge to bully people and not follow the law of the land. And I commend those officers that came on the scene and basically didn't come there hostile, ready to get down or ready to put Tank down. Tank handled it in a professional manner and the law enforcement handled it in a professional manner. And that's how you should handle these things instead of always, because if you got an aggressive, law enforcement officer and then you may have an aggressive man, well, that spells bad news. That spells some kind of explosion. But what I'm saying is kudos to both of them. Kudos to both of them. And that's all we ask. That's all we ask of law enforcement, to treat us with dignity. Don't come there ready to slam us on the ground or ready to, you know, put us down. So I give them credit. But one thing we don't want to talk about is that this woman admitted that she lied, and it's no other way to put it. She admitted that she lied on Tank, which means she led to a fake and false police report being filed against Tank. The charges against Tank should be dropped immediately. There was a witness that said, hey, that didn't happen. And then not to mention that apparently it appears that she was the real attacker and that she should be placed under arrest and charges should be brought up against her for one, assault, because she's spit in Tank's face. And I need to explain something to you. Once again, Tank should go after TMZ for that article where they basically they pretty much said that Tank did it. Said that Tank punched her and all this stuff. Let me tell you something. If Tank does damage to men, can you imagine if he would have punched her, what kind of damage he would have did to her? I'm just saying. But you know, TMZ play into that mold there about demonizing black men. And you know, when you call these media outlets out like ESPN, who loves to do that, and other media outlets, they love to play that game. Who me? I'm doing that? Yeah, you. Yes, you. You. They like to play those games. Like they don't know what we're talking about. But that's the thing that they try to do with black people anyway. They try to suppress us. They try to make it look like we're delusional, that we're just making up stuff. They try to shame us. They try to make us feel guilty about speaking on anything. We're not supposed to be upset about anything. We don't have the right to have the right. It's like, how dare you? Anything. We just supposed to take everything and smile. But that woman, I can't tell Tank what to do with his woman. I can't tell him what to do with his life. But me, that woman wouldn't be with me. That's all I'm saying. Now the next question is, who's behind this? I have my ideas. But yeah, that woman, she should be arrested. But we already know that's not going to happen. We know that's not going to happen. Even though this happened in Florida. Now keep in mind, the woman that filed a fake police report against Terrell Owens, she got arrested for filing a fake police report. Now, how far this goes, that's, we'll find out eventually. But yeah, and I'm glad that happened, because once again, you could have caused something really bad to happen to Tank Davis. Like I said, this happens on a regular basis, and particularly to black men. Now, don't get me wrong. Are there black men out there that are harming women? Absolutely. And they should pay for it. Especially if it's a woman that's not doing anything, or basically antagonizing a man to make him do something violent. Because like I said, we don't want to have these real conversations. We want to play these games. We want to have an opinion or react based off an opinion of maybe one particular person or a catchphrase. Which I'm going to talk about that believe all women stuff. That is the biggest crock of what that's out there. We got to keep it. We got to keep it a buck. What happened to Tank was horrible. These past 3 days for Tank have been a nightmare, and I feel bad for Tank, what he went through. And like I said before, with a black man is always guilty until further proven even more guilty. Even if you're proven innocent, you're guilty just because anybody said you did it. You're guilty just because of your skin color. There's no such thing in our community with innocent till proven guilty. We had to have done something. It can't be that we're just dealing with a person that's just not a good person. That's a liar. And like I said, even if we're proven beyond the shadow of a doubt to be innocent, we're still guilty. Even if we're a victim, we're made to feel guilty for being a victim because we're not supposed to say nothing. Take everything and smile. But yeah, this woman, she should be brought up on charges. Real talk. I think that should be I think that should be passed into law. If you file a fake police report knowing that that you're lying with the intentions of just trying to get somebody arrested, you should be charged with a felony. And you should be charged with a felony. And I think you should be charged with a felony and up to 6 months in jail. Because you didn't wasted taxpayers' money for that phone call and for the police to come down there, file that paperwork, all that kind of stuff. I think that should be law. While these politicians are sitting up here passing laws about what type of cigarettes you can smoke and all this kind of stuff, and whether you can protect yourself, whether you have the right to bear arms and all this kind of stuff, they need to put those laws into place. They keep hollering about equality. Well, how more equal you can be where you're held accountable if you sit up there and call the police intentionally lying on somebody? The only way this stuff is going to stop is when they start locking people up. Anybody. That should be a grade A felony. You know, that should be a felony in which punishable by, fines and up to 6 months in jail. For real. Because like I said, that's how you stop stuff like that. And it just goes to show you, just because somebody called 911 and it get recorded, and that's what I'm saying. Phone call don't mean nothing. She was talking all this stuff. She feel like she in danger and all this stuff. That's why I'm saying I'm not jumping the gun based off that phone call. Everybody heard this phone call. Oh my God, Tank's a monster. He's an animal. Then come to find out she was lying. She didn't know Tank had recorded everything, had her acting a damn fool, spit in his face, smeared feces everywhere. So there you have it. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out. I'll be back in a few minutes with more.